Hey guys, NDTV here with some more Pokemon Yellow. Last episode, we continued on our way over to Lavender Town, and I'm gonna be speeding up this video for the most part. So, yeah, that was a quick summary, and I'm gonna be speeding up. You need to use TMs to teach good moves to Pokemon. Speed up! Okay, post-commentary time with some snazzy Mother One music. So, since I need something to talk about for post-commentary, I'm going to be talking about capturing Pokemon since I never went in-depth on that. Now, this is a formula that was found on Bulbapedia, which I have written down, and it's different than the other generations, but apparently, according to Bulbapedia, and this is just theoretical, mind you, like the probability of capturing a Pokemon is P0 plus P1. I'll link this in the video description after, but where P0 is the status ailment divided by the ball mod plus 1. And ball mod plus 1 is in parentheses. The ball mod, it depends on the ball you use. A Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball. And then P1 is, okay, parentheses, catch rate plus 1. Catch rate, basically, the higher the catch rate of Pokemon is, easier it is to catch. The lower the catch rate of Pokemon is, the harder it is to catch. And the lowest catch rate is 3. And I'll explain that later, but catch rate plus 1, catch rate plus 1, that's going to be divided by the total of the ball mod plus 1, which was stated before. And then you multiply that by the total of F plus 1 divided by 256, where F is the max HP of the Pokemon times 255 divided by the ball factor, which only applies if you're using a Great Ball. And that number is divided by the current HP divided by 4. So, yeah, it's really interesting how Bulbapedia managed to find that out. Now, to summarize it, the Pokeball sucks, or Pokeball is average, and Ultra Ball is 2 times better, and it depends on, capturing Pokemon depends on HP, as you all know. Lower Pokemon's HP, it'll be easier to catch. Now, the catch rate is interesting, because, again, like I said, the lower the catch rate is, the easier it is, or the harder it is to catch a Pokemon. And the reason why the lowest catch rate is 3 is because there's an item in the game called the Master Ball, which means, well, it's an item that means you never fail at capturing a Pokemon, and there's only one in the game. And you'll be getting one later. And I think I know when I'm going to be getting it. Probably like a few episodes from now, but yeah. The reason why the catch rate, or the lowest catch rate is 3 is because the Master Ball, instead of just being an instant catch, it just applies some intense, crazy multiplier to make it so you're guaranteed to capture a Pokemon. So, yeah. I don't know why they changed that, but Pokemon with a catch rate of 3, and there are 4 Pokemon in this game with that catch rate, they're going to be a pain to catch. So, yeah. Well, that was pretty much interesting, I guess. Again, I'll be linking to that in the video description if you guys didn't follow. But it's pretty interesting, like I said. And wow, I still have a little bit of the Silence Bridge area left to go. And this Mother One music is pretty great. I'm pretty sure it's not fitting though, but yeah, you saw that tree there that we cut? That just leads to grass where you can find Pokemon like Farfetch'd and whatnot. And the reason I needed cut was, well, I got an item before, but I also needed to get this item. And there's this weird thing that happens after I beat up this trainer. That tree that I just cut down, it's gonna show up again. So, that's weird. Very weird. See? It just respawned under Pikachu. Oh well. One thing I do hate is that you have to go into the menu to cut things or use HMs. They changed that in later generations. And that house, I got the Super Rod, which is a pretty good item. I'm not going to be using it, but you can catch some pretty nifty Pokemon. Oh, I remember this Voltorb. It blew up on Megavolt, and Megavolt had 2 HP left. And then there's Electrode, which I was not going to risk. and it blew up after I dug. Dug. Dig dug. And there's the second Snorlax in the game, because it blocks the way to Fuchsia City. But I went around the other way. And I'm just gonna have Burn annihilate Snorlax. And the funny thing is, it says that Snorlax returned to the mountains when you beat it, but I'm in a bridge area. And right there, that guardhouse, or that gate that I passed, I just went to go deposit my HM slave since I don't need it anymore ever again, and to get back Dozer. I also deposited some items, but, yeah. And I'm actually almost done with this place. Wow. No, pretty quick. I got the Silence Bridge area done in 3 episodes, and I'm proud of that. I mean, I did have to speed up this section, but I didn't want to deal with it. And, oh yeah, that guy said the fishing fool versus the Pokemon kid. That's a pretty cool line. And also, this is the first time I get to use Surf in the game, after I beat up this trainer. Because I needed to get an item, which was the TM for Payday. Which I sold. I made money out of it. Ha! Kind of ironic. Yeah, Payday. None of my Pokemon can learn it. Oh well. Actually, you can't get a Meowth in this game, so why? Why have Payday? Oh well. Well, I believe this is the last trainer in the Silence Bridge area, so I'm just gonna head over to the Pokemon Center after I get TM for Swift in this little building. Big building. Little big building. And then make it to Lavender Town, heal up, and then I will sell, then heal, and then I am going to cut this. Or not, speed up. That works. So, no more speed up, normal commentary time. That was interesting, but you know what? I'm gonna use the rest of this episode to just show off just a few little things that you could do with Surf. Now, earlier you saw Pikachu on a surfboard. That's something that's exclusive to Yellow, but okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. There's this little trick you can do to get back onto the SSN. Just keep on doing that, press start. Yep. Save the game. And then when you're done with that, reset. Okay. This is a neat little trick I figured out. It's just a nice little way to get back into the SSN. Now, as you know, when you... Actually, you know what? I'll just show you. I'm gonna use Surf here. And, yeah, you know how whenever you start off a game, the character is always facing down whenever you start up a game after you save? Well, because of the way the game works, I was holding right while I was moving and then pressing start to save, but the game still thought that I was facing down when I turned the game up. So, that's a nice little way to bypass that. Oh god, I don't want to go back there. I'm just going to do that to show off the truck. Yay! Famous thing that you cannot move whatsoever. And there's not a Mew there. Or anything else that's ridiculous. Okay, just want to show that off. And also, I'm going to be heading over to Cerulean City because there's something there for me. Or there's a trainer there near Cerulean City for me to face. And okay. Here in Route 6, actually, now that I have Surf, there's 2 new Pokemon that we can find here. There's Psyduck and Golduck. Psyduck and Golduck, they're interesting. I mean, they're not Psychic types, even though a lot of people think they are. Psyduck and Golduck, though, they can learn Psychic, which does set them apart from most Water types. But in all honesty, they're alright. There's a lot better Psychic type, or a lot better Water types to use. But if you want to use one, go right ahead. But you'll be getting a Water type in this city that is way more helpful. Just stating that right there. And okay, before I do anything else, I'm gonna be going back to the city that I was talking about, Cerulean City, because there's one thing to do there. Two things, kind of. And everything's so blue here. Why so blue? This is just gonna be... This shouldn't take that long. I'm just gonna head over... See how there's all this water here? I'm just gonna head over there. So... Of course, I have to go all the way up to the Nugget Bridge to use Surf. And let's use it. Surfing Pikachu, great. Oh yeah, also, now that we're here in Cerulean City, there's a new Pokemon that we can find here. It's Seeking, the evolved form of Goldie, and you need a Super Rod to find it. Now, Seeking and its pre-evolved form, Goldie, has the distinction of being the first Pokemon to learn Waterfall, or being the first evolutionary line to learn Waterfall, and it also can learn it without any HMs, because Waterfall will later become an HM in the later games. But yeah, Seeking, it's alright. It does have that whole old meme from like years ago, but this is Cerulean Cave. Horribly strong Pokemon live in there. The Pokemon League champion is the only person who's allowed in. Yup, and I'll be showing off Cerulean Cave. It's gonna be a bonus episode way later, and there's something special for us to fight in there. Now this route, you might remember it. There's one trainer here that you need Surf to fight. It's this trainer. So, you know what? I know what this trainer's gonna have, so, you know, I'll keep Dozer in. I can get my mushroom moving in. Yeah. This lady is into shrooms. Okay, then. But it's still a nice experience, and wow, I'm actually faster than something. It's not every day that you see something like that with Snorlax, I'll tell you that. And... Dozer, I don't think you're going to be catching up this episode, and I was going to use the next dungeon as an opportunity for you to catch up, but I foresaw the future and realized stuff. And, oh, Parasect. Parasect looks weird. Parasect is creepy, because basically it's a Paras, but... like, it's a zombie. Just look at it. Just look at the eyes of Parasect. And also, if you take a look at its Pokédex entries, it'll say that the mushroom has taken over Parasect. Which is creepy, because the Pokédex entries of Paras say that it's in a symbiotic relationship with it. Like, the mushroom helps it, but by the time it's fully evolved, that mushroom has completely taken over Parasect, and that's scary. But, yeah. But, you know what? I'm just gonna head over to Saffron City. Let me, come on. Cerulean City's music is pretty great. It's one of my favorite tracks in this generation. This generation has a lot of good songs. But, yeah. Saffron City, there's one thing here that I'm gonna be doing. It's gonna be the next dungeon in the game. We're gonna need to tackle down this dungeon before we can challenge the 6th gym and get our badge, but, yeah. Next dungeon is right over here. What do you have to say? Being evil makes you... I think I talked to you already. It's this building, the Sylph Company office building. There's supposed to be a guard here, but he's supposed to be asleep in the other games. But I'm gonna end this video off right here, so see you guys next time for some more Pokemon Yellow. Next episode, we're gonna tackle down this dungeon.